Revelation chapter 5 verse 8. And when he had taken the book, the 4 beasts and the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb, having everyone one of them harps and golden vials full of odors, which are the prayers of the saints. So our prayers, when they ascend into heaven, they don't ascend as words, they ascend as odors, as incense. And that is the form in which prayer rises from your heart. Are you there? So God, we have prayer, the one coming from your mouth. We have the one coming from your heart. God picks the one from your heart. That's what prayer is. Because in that form, it is not deceptive. Because your heart can be saying something and your mouth can be saying something else. So we may think that you are with us in the prayer. Meanwhile, your heart is somewhere else. God sees your heart. That's where he picks your petition from, not from your mouth. And the form in which that prayer now ascends into the courts of heaven is in form of incense. So your altar is your heart. I don't have time to show you many times in scripture where prophets revealed that the state of men's heart was different from the utterances of their words. God will pick your prayer from your heart. And so Satan knows that's where your altar is. And because of that, Satan will make effort to affect your heart. And that is the reason why he says, shut the door. Listen to me, prayer has no power except it has touched your heart. So when you begin to speak in tongues, it takes like 45 minutes before you are engaging from your heart. So everything you did before that time, before your heart began to feel what you were doing, everything you did before that time was preparatory. By the time you are engaging with your heart, you have made connection. So Satan knows that the strength of your priesthood is based on your altar, which is your heart. Once upon a time, we're in London. We're going, I wouldn't have mentioned the name of the country, but we're already there. So we're in London. So we got to London and we had a big event. We've been fasting, we've been praying about it, we've been trusting God. And when we got to London, the border control felt we had something in our luggage that we're not supposed to have. So they came and arrested us. So, and unfortunately for us, there is no seat in that place. If not, I would have sat down and I've been singing hymns while they are checking my bag, because I packed the bag myself and I know what is in the bag. I just know that they want to waste our time. And we were there for 3 hours. And you are likely to become angry because of that kind of situation. And some of you can't even take it. Say, hey! You see what Satan wants to achieve. Oh, you're not with me. It's your heart. He wants to poison that heart so that anything you claim you are coming to do in London, I will have a harvest from it. Tell your neighbor, shut the door. So when we left that place, we were very angry, but we didn't show it. We were shaking. And then God now told me that if you allow your heart remain like this till tomorrow when you start the conference, I will not be there with you. So I prayed in tongues and I asked for mercy. It took me 9 hours of praying in tongues and asking for mercy before I felt, my heart came back. That was where this scripture came to me. Shut the door. The thing I refused to do, for which I had to do fumigation for 9 hours, was that I refused to shut the door and I allowed what was happening in the circumstances to take a hold of my heart. What happened to me was that my priesthood was about to be shut down because I refused to shut the door. I have seen people that have nurtured bitterness for 8 years, for 10 years. They have protected the bitterness in their heart. And the reason why they were so committed to protecting this bitterness was because they did not understand that the heart that they have allowed that bitterness to hold hostage was no longer going to be a profitable altar from whence God can receive incense. Oh, somebody said, yeah, he left me. I know a woman. He left me. And then when she comes to pray, she said, Lord, kill him. Let him die for 1 year. Lord, let him be burnt up. Plane crash. Do you know something? She did that for 20 years. And in the 21st year, she wept and said, Lord, forgive him. Forgive him. And then the man now died. God wanted to judge, but the altar, the woman's altar, was not sufficient. The incense coming out of her heart was mingled with bitterness, was mingled with rage, and it gave off a foul smell in the sanctuary of God, and God could not act on that. Please help me tell your neighbor, shut the door. I know they left you, but if you are going to use your altar, you will need to enter into your closet, and you will need to shut the door from bitterness. You need to shut, and I tell you, Satan sends agents of darkness to ensure that they get a harvest of bitterness from you. I'm a preacher, so I have stories to tell you. Oh, when you are feeling great and mounting up in the spirit, and then you will have a very terrible betrayer. The issue is not the betrayer. The issue is that Satan is hoping that he will colonize your altar. A man of prayer must be tender in his heart. You know, I don't have time to show you your heart can, according to scripture, okay, within the limits of my own insight, the limits of my Bible study, there are 13 postures that your heart can assume, and only one is accurate. The accurate state of heart that can prosecute prayer is the light one, that is devoid of offense. It's light. It's like mist. It can ascend by the Spirit. The wind can pick it up. So the first issue that God brings to focus about prayer is the issue of the heart and how to tend it. Oh, Satan will know that you are going to church and you are going to lead praise and worship. Right in the bus, someone will do something, will insult you. Something terrible will happen. Someone will hit your car and run away. The car you like, you wake up in the night most times to go and check it. You say, Tesla. Something that will make you heavy on the inside. So you are too heavy. The wind cannot lift you. He said, enter into your closet. And if you check that scripture, you will see that the closet is not our closet. The closet is your closet. It is personal and particular to you, because the kind of relationship that is going to be the undercurrent of your prayer life is intimacy. You need to, we can't do this thing in the public. You need to enter into your closet, and when you have so done, shut the door from distraction. Jesus believes that you have honored him when you shut the world out, and the only voice you want to hear is his voice. So we need to do a heart check quickly before I proceed. A heart check. Who is he that offended you, that you have kept that person in your heart? The place where God is supposed to be, that's where you put the person. You know what Satan has succeeded in doing? He has raised an altar of jealousy in your sanctuary. So your sanctuary carries the odor of that person that you have pedestaled as important as God. And that's why you keep protecting that bitterness. You can let it go. You can let it go. When you're about to move into the next level in your life, then someone will just come. You think it just happened. No, it didn't just happen. Satan is meticulous. He's trying to ensure that it has a space in that sacred room, so that anything you are praying to, you are also praying to him. Can we take a moment and decongest the sacred room? And what I mean by that is that if you came here with somebody in your heart, the one that injured you, the one that pierced you, can you let that person go before we continue? Because there is a practical session. We are going to mount up. Oh, the wind. When your heart is light, the wind can take it. The reason why you've not seen a sign, you've not been able to see the frequencies of God, is because you are too heavy. You can't take a flight. You can't mount up. Let the person go and free your secret place, the inner room from whence you will connect with the sanctuary in heaven. Take a moment. Take a moment. It wants you light inside. It wants you light. When you are light, then you can begin to interact with